so shy on this. I finally sit down to film this and now I just feel extra shy. Hey, I know it's kind of been a while since I really posted or have been posting consistently, and I just wanted to just do one big video explaining everything that's been going on and happening, so you know, people who have been watching me or anyone else that comes and finds this just kind of knows. So I guess kind of start from where the inconsistencies really kind of started, or more so started. Okay, well, I'm gonna start with my accent. I posted about it. I posted kind of when I was recovering. I made a few posts about it on my blog, which is also Hopeless and Fluffy. They both intertwine. It's all lifestyle. It's nothing specific. If there's something you want to see, make it known. May happen, may not. It just depends. It was a really, really bad accident. I broke my femur. I have a rod in my femur now. I have one screw. I had 3, 2 were taken out. I still have scar tissue in my knee, so it's, you know, my leg is just not gonna be the same. It's a lot better than it was. My recovery is generally a little better. It's considered better than most people who break their femur. However, when I broke it, I was in better physical condition than majority of the people who break their femur, is what I was told. I also fractured my hip and had microfractures in my pelvis. I chipped a couple teeth. It might just be one. It looks like it's like one and like a smidge of the other, but yeah, and yes, my neck got a little wonky and I had some cuts and scrapes and bruises. And I had a subclinical concussion, which was not fun. Because originally in the hospital, I couldn't remember. I think part of it was the drugs because I was like all loopy. But I couldn't remember anything, and so like each day I did record this, but I thought about putting it out, but then I didn't want to because watching it back was depressing, so I just couldn't clip it together and put it out. But I wouldn't remember what they had just told me had happened, and so when I was recording, I'm literally just reiterating what happened. And yeah, so I did physical therapy for that, and I got better. I went to 2 different physical therapists. The first one I went to, because I liked them both. The second one I liked better, but I think going to the first one first made the second one easier. The first one I went to is Absolute Physical Therapy. If you don't know, I live in Maryland. I went to Absolute Physical Therapy for one. My doctor was Mary. I worked with a couple different doctors, but mainly I worked with Mary, and she has a lot more of a gentle approach, and she really like started the bending of my knee. That's what I was in physical therapy because I couldn't bend my leg, and I couldn't start right away because my pelvis had to heal first. And so going there started. It was really helpful in starting the process, but there was some issues with my insurance. Eventually they were like, you know, you're not progressing enough, or what they deemed enough for doing the physical therapy. It doesn't really make sense, but they were like, you know, we're not going to pay anymore. And at that place, the rates for paying out of pocket is too much because, you know, I wasn't working anymore. My parents ended up helping me out. I went to Proflex PT. They have multiple locations. I went to the one in Clinton. I absolutely loved it. And I worked mainly... with Allison, and then after Josh, because Allison ended up going to a different facility. Josh is the manager there. It's great. I absolutely loved it. It's... they're very... They listen to you very well. I mean, they also listen at the other place as well, but this one is very... pretty much, you know, they ask if you can do more. I say, if you can do more, say yes. Always say yes unless you really feel like you can't. And, you know, they let you keep going. They're not gonna make you stop. They're not gonna kind of baby you. They really just like, you know, explain to me how you're feeling, explain to me what you want to get back to, what you want to do, and they cater everything to your goals, which is what all physical therapies do. They also have what's it called? Aquatic physical therapy, pool, therapy in the pool, which I started doing that there before my insurance gave out at the other place, so I was already familiar with them a little bit because I went to them for original, just like seeing about my leg. I went there first, but because they don't take my insurance, but their out-of-pocket rate was so much better. It's I don't know if it applies if you have insurance, because they don't take my insurance, and also if you go through a car accident, you have I had to get a PIP exhaust letter, because otherwise it would have been a lot. But I did have a PIP exhaust letter because it was out, and so it was only 65 per session, which I mean it's still a lot, but it was much less. And luckily, my parents are in a good position and they could afford to help me out with that, because like I said, I wasn't working. And luckily my job was so sweet. They kept me in the system, so I didn't have to like go for another job when I'm going back, which is another thing I'll get into because I ended up having to leave. So yeah, I was thinking about maybe doing some like coverage of my recovery past the blogging. But it was honestly it was really depressing. So I couldn't do it. Because I would look at my leg and it was so skinny. Because I lost pretty much like all the muscle that I had. Not even just in my leg. I lost muscle everywhere, but mainly in my leg. It was just like no muscle. And I dropped weight too because I ended up falling underweight. I don't know how much, but I fell underweight. And, I was laid out on the couch downstairs for like a month because, stairs were just a bitch. It was a lot. But yeah, the whole thing's very, very, very depressing. Because I have a thing, yes, confinement, and I just wanted things to go back to normal and get back to doing everything that I was doing, go back to doing aerials because that was really important to me, which I did get back to doing. I was also thinking about trying to document like getting back in aerials, but that was also just a lot, and I just didn't. I didn't want to, how to say, because I thought like it would be helpful, because I watch there's an aerialist, his name is Jay. I will leave it down below. His straps broke, and he had like a terrible spine injury, and he's still in physical therapy and recovering, and he documents it, his therapy process, and like it's really inspirational. And I did reach out to him during my recovery, and he reached back out to me. And it was very helpful, especially because my injury wasn't as bad as his, but it was still really devastating for me, and talking to him helped a bit. Also, just in general, speaking about it, and speaking to other people in the field that kind of understand injuries suck, really helped, because I was really, really struggling to be okay, because I need things to do. I need to move around, and so I pretty much was just like, I was checking out a bunch of books from the library so that like my mind could be okay, because I had the concussion, and also because I couldn't really do anything for a while. Eventually I got on one crutch instead of the two, but it was still like so yeah, the accident took me out for a long time, and then eventually I went back to work, and because I was a visual associate, and it's a lot of running around and fast paced and long hours and things like that. They moved me to a stock position, so it was a little bit more static, and they accommodated me being injured, but we had a shortage in stock people as well, and sometimes they'd have someone come and help me. And my supervisor was pregnant at the time, so at a certain point she was not allowed to push and lift things, so it was just me for a little bit. And then it was holiday season, so we're getting so much stuff, and it was just really hurting. it wasn't hurting too bad at first, but then I could feel it hurting in my pelvis, and it freaked me out. Because I honestly, these are the worst injuries I've ever had. I've had third-degree ankle sprain. That was the worst injury I had up until this. And so when I felt that pain in my pelvis, I was like, oh, I don't think I'm refracturing it, but I didn't go check. I ended up having to check it out later on, and I'm fine. It's a muscle thing. So yeah, but it was just really painful, and it's not near my house. I had to do be on the metro for a while, and then I still had to walk like a mile, and it was just a lot of pain. And so I ended up having to leave. And after that, like, getting a new job was just like, job hunting is kind of a bitch sometimes. Because I originally, when I was working there, I originally had a different job too. I was working at Tucker Road Ice Rink, if you guys know what that is, but it burnt down. They're rebuilding it now. I saw they bulldozed it like a couple weeks ago, and they're rebuilding it, so yay. So yeah, just all that, and following that kind of depression and things, I did end up, I'm okay. I'm all right. Yeah, I'm all right on that. It is because I can feel the difference in my leg, especially when I run. It's really uncomfortable to run because, also my surgeon mentioned that because I'm an athlete, I'm going to be hyper aware of the injuries. So just so you know, if you're an athlete and you get injured, you will never forget it. It will always be in the back of your mind. And I specifically say athletes because my doctor told me, like, even when they go to strength test, when it's someone who's not athletic, they kind of like, oh yeah, no, I'm doing fine, and then they strength test it, and it's like, oh, like it's a really big difference. Whereas athletes just always feel it because you have to know your way around your body and how it feels and stuff like that. So yeah, there's that. So sometimes it's really annoying because I cannot fully sit on my shins, which is, it's not the end of the world, but it's a pain, and it's uncomfortable. I'm not gonna say hurts. Yeah, it's a very uncomfortable feeling to sit on it that low. I'm assuming if someone pushed me down, it would probably hurt, but yeah, luckily I have not fallen on my knee. I'm absolutely terrified of falling on my knee. But also, even going back to aerials, there are certain things that are just really, that hurt a little more now because of where my injuries were. Lyra, you always have to have, Lyra is the main thing that I do. You always have to have part of your body against the Lyra, and you know, it's steel, so you know, there's no give in it. There's a little bit of give because it's a curve as opposed to trapeze, but it's still, you know, some areas it just hurts, and it's not really avoidable because I had fractures in my pelvis, so like I can't get away from this discomfort. But yeah, the real struggle is that is my left leg has always been my dominant leg, and it can't be anymore. Not fully anyway. So I was readjusting that. It's not too big a readjustment, except for strengthening, just because I have to re-strengthen everything. But yeah, it's going really well. Yeah, straps is going a little slightly better because I don't necessarily need, I don't really need my legs to touch the straps. And you know, it's pretty relative, but you know, there's give in a strap. You know, it's not hard. If I wrap around, you know, and I can, you know, shimmy it up my leg and things, it's a lot easier than steel. So yeah, because those are my main two apparatuses. They're going really well. Except, I mean, you know, like, air is expensive. It's something you have to pay for, and you know, work-wise, you know, just the getting back into it, you know, when I was in between, it was really hard. And yeah, just in general, following the accident, even though the accident was a while ago, recovering took a while. And then we are back into the winter months, which me and winter are not that great. Generally, the winter just makes me want to hibernate, which, you know, you can't do, but that's how it makes me feel. And also, both of my grandparents passed away in the winter, so it's really not the best time for me. However, I feel like I can hear my grandparents telling me, you need to get up, right? So, so I end up getting up and doing things, and sometimes like I'm really on a roll and I get things done. So luckily it's not too terrible during the winter. Yeah, my leg is not very fond of the winter at all. Yeah, it's not that great for the winter. Oh, I probably should have mentioned, for if you have any type of knee problem, get muscle tape rather than a compression sleeve might work, but like if you need to like do walking and exercising, muscle tape works really well. I think I like the TheraBand muscle tape the best, and then after that KT, not KT Pro, because I mean it's fine, but the adhesive is stronger, and so like if you use sensitive skin, like it's too much. But yeah, I mean it works too. Also, with muscle tape, you cannot use heat, so don't put a heating pad on it. You can put an ice pack on it though, so it's that. Speaking of health, when I was younger, my mom told me that at first the way she said it to me was that I had ADHD, and I was like, "Oh, how do you know that?" And she's like, "Well, okay, the school didn't end up testing you, but pretty much." I was like, "Oh, okay," and I just left it at that, and I was like, "Well, whatever. I'm just me. There are certain things I behave certain ways that I'm aware to other people seem a bit strange and such, but I've always just gone around being myself, and that's normal to me. And my parents didn't make a big deal out of it, so it's not something I've been too concerned about diagnosing until recently. Partially because the field I want to be in, I have to work with other people, and it may make it easier communicating with them, for them to know whether I actually have that, or it falls into a different category or something else. Just so they know, like, I'm not ignoring them and things like that. So I'm gonna go diagnose that at some point between this year and the beginning of next year, because I filled out a little worksheet for it online. There's a checklist that you can take to the psychiatrist. I haven't done it yet. I did the checklist. I haven't gone to see someone yet, but I'm gonna do that. Also because, yeah, I also heard people with ADHD are more prone to accidents and things like that, and just I started watching this channel called How to ADHD, and like it's just like it's very it's accurate. And I don't want to walk around telling people I have ADHD when it's just like a self-diagnosis type thing. So there's that. Speaking of the career field I want, I still pretty much everything in the arts, as everything to do with the arts. Other than this channel, I do have a separate channel that I was putting monologues up on. I still intend to use that channel. I'm not going to remove the old videos because that's where it was then. I may still put up monologues, I'm not sure, but I'm going to be doing like some smaller skits and things like that, and just RC things, so you can go subscribe over there. That'd be appreciated, because I have a lot of great things that are just coming my way, some opportunities and things that are gonna just really you know, make me happy for one, but they're also gonna help getting me to where I want to be. Because unfortunately, I wasn't doing enough earlier, but I'm gonna do it now, and the timing for it is actually really good. 25 has been good for me. um, 25 has been really, really good to me. Um, I'm still not 100, but yeah, turning 25 was just like, here you are. Um, Also, finally, I'm getting work on my teeth done. It's very, very noticeable to me. Some people said it wasn't that noticeable until I say anything, because you know generally people are like, oh, if you don't say anything, no one notices. But it's extremely noticeable. Just kind of looks like I have perpetual food in my teeth. But a lot of it's staining. Some of it, I do have some cavities. I do have cavity prone teeth. It's a hereditary thing. I may also have reflux, which would contribute to it, but just general poor teeth. Like they're not terrible teeth. They're just cavity prone. So I have to be extra brushy and flossy. I was told maybe to carry a toothbrush with me like when I go out to eat. So yeah, I'm getting that taken care of because dental. Oh my fucking god, I have the worst. I mean, for general things, my insurance is fine. Is actually I got signed up for Medicaid when I was at the hospital from an accident, and when like the book came for me to like pick one, I was like still kind of out of it, and they ended up just assigning me one. And for general things, it works fine. For specialized things, like my physical therapy and dental, it's like I was even told because the digressing originally when I was still doing a few checkups, I was going to the doctor that did my original surgery for my accident. And I saw him about 3 times because he's not under my insurance, but that doctor is obligated to see you for like 3 times. For like 3 times, or it's like 3 months, something like that. Like 3 times, and then you either have to pay out of pocket or go to a new person. And so seeing him, and he recommended to get a Dynasplint for my knee, and I called the Dynasplint people, and they were like, "This insurance is a pain in the ass to work with," and I was like, "That's great," and I didn't end up hearing from him again, which also because I appealed for them to let me start going therapy again, and I never heard back from him. And apparently, like that had happened to other people too that were going to that therapist, and they were like, "It's been like a year," and I was like, "Oh my god, please no," because I was out of physical therapy for like two weeks, and it was painful, and I was just going back into depression because like it was just awful. But yeah, so also their dental is not good. Like they have one dentist. I mean, it updates, but like as of now, like there was an orthodontist and like a surgeon or like a child dentist. But like before that, the dentist that they had on there like had like some malpractices or something like that. And I was like, So I'm going to the University of Maryland School of Dentistry to get my teeth done. And we did my back molar the other day. We're gonna do the other one in my teeth. It was a pain. So what happened was when I was a lot younger and I went to the dentist, and it was when I had taken my braces off, he was doing some cavities, and I had a little bit of decalcification on the front of my teeth. It wasn't actually that bad, so I could have just kept using the MI paste that I was given, and I think it would have been okay. But he was like, why don't I just, if you want, I can just go ahead and cover this right now while I'm doing these fillings. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, he didn't explain it to me. He didn't bring my mom and talk to her. I'm like, nothing. He was just like, I can cover this. And so he didn't explain anything to me. And like the edges of it have come up, or I guess dissolved. And so they don't look like they're shaped to my teeth. Which is bothering me because it kind of looked like one of my teeth was shaped like a thumb. And it was like, but staining was getting underneath that and around that, and it was just like really, really heavy, and I couldn't get to it because the sealant was there. And even going to the school of dentistry, because they are supervised by actual dentist, they keep asking, they're like, why would he even do that? Like how it's done, and they just look really upset. So yeah, but like it's gonna get taken care of. I also have some brackets left on my teeth, which actually good thing because they thought there was more cavities than there were, or more caries as they call it. But they're like no, because having the metal in your mouth over time, like it creates staining. So they're like, yeah, it's not as bad as we were thinking it was, which is good on my part. It makes it less expensive because government the government will not give you financial assistance in a 3-person household because I in this house it's me, my parents. I still live in the house with my parents. My sister lives in another state. So even though it's like my own income, my own finances, it's under your roof. So for 3 people living in this household, because my dad makes over $1,000 a month, it's a little over $1,000, but my dad makes way over $1,000 a month. Therefore, I do not qualify for government assistance. So thank you. All this Medicaid talk, I hope the dental plan is good because that's some shit. Because dentistry is expensive and it's expensive for a reason, but you know, a financing plan should not be based on the income of everybody in the house if that is not your income, you know, especially for $1,000 a month for 3 people, because that's absolutely ridiculous. So yeah, there's that. But I'm getting my teeth taken care of, and they polished some of, you can see now because you can't see the staining at the bottom of my teeth here. There's a little bit of staining left because they didn't take it off fully because my teeth would be less sensitive. Also, that dentist reshaped one of my teeth strangely, like this canine. He shaped it like it kind of like goes straight and then curves. And I asked him why he did that, and I didn't like it. And he just said, oh, you didn't like it? You don't like it like that? And he didn't answer why he did it. So yeah. So that's why I hadn't gone to the dentist in so long. And then it wasn't so bad, and it got really bad when I was injured because I was just laid out on the couch, and yeah, now I'm getting it taken care of. So also another contributing factor to my teeth could be, the acidity of everything that I eat. I am celiac and vegan, and so I do eat, like a lot of fruits and stuff, which can contribute to, your teeth going bad. So I do plan to do some food stuff here and there. I do actually, like on the blog, I have a list for vegan kimchi. I actually have to add another kimchi on there, and one list came out with my cucumber kimchi. I don't know if I want to rephotograph all of them together because I have to go buy the other 2 again. But yeah, so I have that, and I want to continue. I made a guide for people who like want to start getting going vegan, because people just ask me how I did it, and it was fairly simple. You pretty much just wean yourself rather than cold turkey because your body has to adjust. So yeah, you'll see a little bit of that stuff here. This is not, like I said, this channel is lifestyle. It's all encompassing. It's not going to be one set thing. Adding on to being vegan, just dietary, I am incorporating that into my life. I do still own non-vegan things, but they're things that I got before I was vegan, or there's something that's bought secondhand, which, in my mind is sustainable because, it's already made, put it to use. And I'm trying to transition, pretty much everything into sustainable, cruelty-free and things like that, which can get, I know it can get pricey, like, which is why I'm not fully there. And also just, you have to take the time to look into things. But yeah, I'm in the process of doing that. I will happily share that between here and the blog, either one. I have found for my hair, I use Curls products. They have a green collection. I use some of the blueberry bliss, but I have a sensitivity to coconut, so I avoid it. It's not my favorite thing anyway, but I do try to avoid coconut. I have a list here of things I wanted to talk about. I think you can hear the downstairs fan. Speaking of, also, I'm trying to get really organized because, like I said, I have a lot of projects that I want to do and good things coming my way, and especially for the blog and things, I'll have momentum and then I'll kind of lose it, and I prefer posting either Tuesday, Thursday, or Sunday. So, between YouTube and my actual blog, I'll be posting. I want to do probably like 3 weeks and then have a week, either the beginning week or the end week, and to actually like sit down and lay out like what I want to do and I guess film most of it or write about most of it. And then in the 3 weeks, I will have, something going up, multiple somethings if I can. But it'll be one of those 3 days. I'm trying to figure out specifically which one I want to do. I am probably it'll probably be Thursdays. I like Thursdays. The interaction is good Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. So, probably Thursday will be blog. I'll probably keep blogs going up on the Thursdays, which is what they are now. Usually when I put a blog up, it's on a Thursday. If I get off track, it'll still be one of those 3 days. So the plan is, 3 posts, 3 posts a month, at least on one platform. So between the two, there will definitely be 3, hopefully more. We'll see, because I don't want to burn myself out or just do like random things I don't care about. Getting organized is something like really important to me right now because I can just like wear shit out like and like I'll end up like listening to music all day, just all day, and then I'll be like, ooh, I wanted to do something, and like it doesn't get done. And so yeah, I have a planner now, which I do use, and it's very helpful. I'm going to next year specifically try a bullet journal system and see how that works for me, because generally for me, when I have things set in stone, it's easier to do them because it's like, this is set, I gotta do it. But I have to do something in order to get them set, which is like where I fumble, and it takes time and things like that. But yeah, specifically for me, journaling when I'm busy, it works. It works well because it's like I have things to do. But when I don't have a lot of things to do and I just like look at kind of like an empty calendar, it just kind of like makes me not feel that great. And I was like, eh. But yeah, we'll see. I'm gonna play around with it. I think this way will be a little better because I find in journaling the structure is a little, it's not quite where I want it. So I'm gonna be doing that. I have a planner up there for 2020, and I'm gonna get that going. I'm really excited about it. Now you guys know I am tattooed. I love tattoos. I'll be getting more tattoos. I have plenty of tattoos. I did get some tattoo removal recently. I'm still like going through the process, so I can't, really elaborate too much on it, but it's on my back because I'm going to be, doing a full thing on my upper back, and I'm really, really excited about it. Which brings me to a tattoo that will carry me straight into the last subject. I have a tattoo for my ex. I have another tattoo that Mike's helped me pick out, but it wasn't specifically for him. It's also not in English. It's in French. He doesn't really like French. So like that's something else. That's just something that I want for my life in relationships. But this one tattoo is specifically, it's an anniversary tattoo. Our anniversary is the 13th, and the 13, and 13 is a number. I love the number 13. It's resonated with me my entire life. It's known to be lucky and unlucky. My mom's like, yeah, it's the holy number and whatever. No, but it's always resonated with me, which is the reason I still got the tattoo, because I was going to not get the tattoo because of the place we were at the time. And I decided to get it anyway because 13 resonates with me so strongly. I do want to add like a little bit. It's a very simple tattoo. It's right here. It's very noticeable. It's in red, my favorite color. I like tattoos in red. If I, took some more time for myself before I started getting tattooed, I would have more tattoos that are just all red. My big thigh piece would be all in red. Yeah, it's kind of a bummer that it's not. But yeah, I've been debating possibly altering like at least the 13, because I don't want like a really elaborate tattoo there. I don't really like elaborate tattoos. Not. I like simple. Yeah, I like simpler style tattoos. And so I don't want to just like blast something into my chest. I really love it. But I've been considering possibly altering it because I want a career that is so public, it's going to be seen. And I don't mind addressing it. I don't regret getting the tattoo. There was some good things in relationship, but as I mentioned, he's my ex. You've seen him on the channel. He helped me pick the name of my channel, which I made a blog post addressing that. There was a point in time when I was debating really changing it, because even though he said he didn't care, I can keep it, blah, 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 and it has always been my channel anyway. I was going through a moment where I really just wanted to get rid of it, which if I did, I would have to restart everything over because it's connected to a Gmail address, and they're like, you can't change it. So there was that. But it's always been my thing, and I do really like the name. But I did end up having to block him because he was still trying to get in touch with me, and at one point he did so through someone else, and it was very inappropriate. I don't want to detail it. I don't want to detail too much about the things that were not okay in the relationship, because there are some things I really wouldn't be okay with people just speaking to me about when and however they felt like. And especially because there are a lot of friends and family members that either just don't know things or they don't know everything. And like my parents and, my sisters and some of my friends, like they know that they don't know everything. And I'm not sure how much it bothers them that they don't. However, if I were to tell them certain things, I know they would just kind of feel like they failed me, and they didn't, and I don't want them to feel like that. And also I worry about my dad's high blood pressure, so I'm like, no. But yeah, so I ended up having to block him, and I forgot that on my Facebook pages, on one of them, I had him left as an admin, and I forgot to remove that after I blocked him. And so when I posted a new headshot that I got, and he commented on it. So he's still watching, or I guess, if it comes up, he's looking. And honestly, that is something that bothers me, just knowing that he's probably watching. Like he's probably gonna watch this and be upset and maybe say something. I don't know. No, like I'm not expecting anything crazy. Like, like I don't have news to leak. I mean, like I have a picture. There's a picture, like you can see my ass, but like there's nothing scandalous to leak. I don't think he would do that. He might say something inappropriate, honestly. Depending on how mad he is about it, about whatever I'm saying. I'm not interested in having people, just who knew of us together coming out of the woodwork and saying whatever, because there were toxic people just around his environment, and come to his aid or something like that. It's not something that needs defending. I just need the public to be aware that we are not together. We're not getting back together. Please do not bring us up to each other. Like that's it. And so my concern is that him seeing this tattoo that he had a part in will prompt him and make him feel like, let me comment and say, whatever. And so I have the thought to alter it more than I want to, because I wanted to add a couple other lines to it. But I may alter it more just because of that purpose. Because honestly, it does make me really uncomfortable, and I worry a little bit that he is watching, because I have him blocked where I can have him blocked, but like unless he comments or something, I can't see. I don't remember what his username is, anything to block him on my own. So if he's going around saying anything, I don't, unless you really feel like I need to know, please don't mention him to me. Yeah, it's a lot. We were together for a really long time, so I don't expect him to just be okay overnight, because I'm not okay just overnight. Like, sometimes I'm not okay, and sometimes I am. It's a lot. Like I said, I don't really want to go into detail. It's not like there's never anything good, obviously, but there was a lot more bad and things I just kind of denied and pushed away that are becoming very vivid to me now, and it's causing some inner turmoil that's going to be getting worked on. So yeah, at some point I may end up being able to casually speak about things that went about, but I'm not at that place yet. I just need everybody to know that is the situation, that we're not together, he's not in our life, that the situation is, it's just me. I've removed the videos that he was in. If I missed something, oops. I don't really want to go back and watch footage and try and figure out if he's in there or not. He was a very large part of my life, so it's okay. I'm not gonna stress myself out over it. But yeah, it's just me. I'm very happy with just me. It's a good thing that we're broken up. Hopefully it'll be good for him too. But I cannot vouch. That's another thing I want to stress. I cannot vouch for anything new to his life. If he's going about doing the things that he needs to do for himself, that is great. I cannot give you any details about that. I can't tell you if he's gonna end up being better or worse. I don't know. I really miss his siblings, honestly. That's the one thing I really, really miss, his siblings. But I can't have him in my life, period. And they are his siblings, so they're gonna want to be there for him. But yeah, I'm just taking care of myself and doing the things that I need to do for myself to be where I want to be. And hopefully you guys are interested and you want to stick around and watch and be involved. And I'm pretty personable, so I'll speak back. If I take a minute to get back to you, I'm really sorry. Also, don't just please understand there are some boundaries. Okay, I'm not ashamed of anything, but there are certain things, it's just I will not be okay if people are just bringing them up to me and speaking however and whenever they want about them. And so just please don't. At some point I'll probably end up speaking a little bit deeper into things that went on in the relationship, because it's good to talk about it, and it's also helpful for other people. it's helpful for me to talk about it too. And honestly, I think more awareness needs to be made about relationships, about just like things that go into them, because for me, I've always viewed, it's you, it's them, and you come together and, you grow with each other, not into each other. You still have your own things and you come together. And, that's what it is. And I mean, I still want that, I still want to get married, I still want to have kids. Not right now, but later. I mean, honestly, I've always wanted to have at least like one kid before I turn 30, just because it's easier on the body. But if it doesn't happen, like, I'll survive. Yeah. So yeah, but I'm definitely gonna be okay, and there are just so many things that I want to do, and I'm really excited about things that are coming my way. So, 20, like I said, 25 has been really good to me. I hope you didn't hear that burp. So yeah, 25 has just been really good to me, and yeah, I met some really, really great people when I turned 25. Just like, oh, I love them so much. Especially, really? Really? Yeah. I pull my lip like every day, so that's like if you see my lip looks kind of like a little busted, like I pulled it. That's what that is. This is what I'm holding on to. I got it at Otakon. I believe I got it at one of the Otakons. I might have got it at Costco. No, I think I got it at Otakon. I'm trying to get my sister to do a sister cosplay with me. She said maybe. Like, we know what we're gonna do. Like, the sisters that we will cosplay. I mean, I have no idea when it will happen, but like that is the plan for us to do a sister cosplay. I'm really, really excited about it. And just why did you have to turn the fan on? Yeah, so much stuff, and just like honestly, like so living. Sorry about the fan. Living with my parents is a little hard. It's kind of a smothering kind of effect because, like I have a hover parent, or one of my parents is a hover parent, and especially after my accident, because I very well could have died in that accident, and so they're just like extra tight, which makes it a little bit intrusive. And I've never in my life, even as a little kid, I've never enjoyed hovering. I've never been okay with it, and so we've butted heads over that. But they're always there for me. Both of my parents are always there for me when I really need them, which means so much more to me than anything. But I do have like my own space. I have my room, I have my office, and I have like spaces like for my own stuff like around. So it's not like terrible, and my wallet doesn't mind, so I can put up with for a while, because I definitely do have plans to put myself in the position where I want to be. And it's going to take a little while. It really will, but I'm really excited about it. I'm really happy about it, and just like all the people coming into my life, coming back into my life, and just everything that's going to be happening and I'm going to be doing, and I'm really excited about it. So yeah, with that, I do have quite a bit of anxiety over possibly hearing from my ex. Just the fact that he's probably watching, it does give me anxiety. because I even have to, I know he didn't unlink my email address as a backup address for his, which for Google, I was able to do, it's just like, you know, if this is not your email address, you're getting this wrong, unlink it. And I just unlinked it. But I got an email from Microsoft, which I think he had me on the backup email for that. I didn't know he did. But yeah, I gotta get in touch with them because I got an email say, you know, this user has logged in, you know, and theirs doesn't have a, you know, unlink thing. I sent them an email, but they didn't get back to me, so I need to call them, which is, you know, also why I have more anxiety feeling like he's watching, because he didn't unlink that. And yeah, I don't know, at some point I'll probably have to have like actual conversation with it. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I'll find a podcast to go on to talk about relationships and I'll get into some of the details. Because I think that would be good and cathartic. Yeah. So yeah, I think that's my only worry. But honestly, like, because I'm extremely worried to like family and friends' reaction. Like some of my friends I consider family, so I'm just, you know, I'm concerned about their reactions because, like I said, they're, you know, not going to take them very well, and it's just stuff that, you know, is not okay, and yeah, and I mean, some of it, you know, I may have no plans on saying. There's certain things I have no plans on publicly speaking about. However, I'm aware there's a possibility that, you know, my ex in seeing this will just put them out there when he's upset, and like he'd probably take them back. But he's the type of person, like he writes things, like he'll put it in a story, like he'll just write it. He might say it, and then, you know, delete it, or he might like write a song or a poem about it. But just putting it out there in general, it's not. I don't want it out there. He might just put it out there, in which case I will be made to address it sooner than I would want to, if I want to at all. And that does give me anxiety, and but yeah, that's pretty much my only anxiety right now. Well, not my only anxiety, just, yeah, it's like the main thing I'm worried about is having to hear from him, and to like having to like do something, because I'd really rather not have to go that far, but I'm aware, you know, it's a possibility. So yeah, I have him blocked so I can't see if he does, but, you know, if it gets to you that he does, because like it's not like it's a secret who he is, if you've been watching this, or you know me and you're watching this. So yeah. Oh, but please, I'm sorry, I made this sound. I know you're probably imagining something happened that's worse than what happened. Not that it's not terrible, but I guarantee you're picturing something worse than what it is, so please just know that I'm alright. Yeah. Sorry I'm talking to this man on. But yeah, I just wanted to give an overall update and just let everybody know what's happening, what's going on. I have things I'm working on. I'm excited. I'm doing well. I have to get back in shape because like I gained extra weight when I was really stressed. You know, because I wasn't the one buying my groceries, which makes it like a little, like I was just going like, oh, I'll go to the store. But yeah, I'm getting my weight back under control. It wasn't terrible or anything, but it was larger, and that puts like some stress on my limbs. and it's just uncomfortable, and your clothes get tight and they cost money to replace, and but yeah, no, like I'm okay. It wasn't too far off of my weight. That's another thing, like measurements are so freaking weird, because like I'm a 6 all around, but like if I go to H&M or buy something from a UK brand, I'm a 4, even though it said like a US 6 is like a UK 8. It's not, at least not for me. It's like too boxy. Yeah, I'm a 4 UK generally. And if it has no give, maybe a 6, but yeah. Or at least in H&M, I'm a 4. In tops and bottoms, I'm a 5. And if it's high waisted, I can still do 4. I think, no, 5. I'm still 5, yeah, I'm a 5. If it's high waist, yeah, no, I'm a 5. Yeah, so. Okay, my house just got really active, and I still have more laundry to do, so I'm gonna go. And yeah, I'm happy. I'm excited, and I will be all right. That's also, I don't know. I'm getting back into poetry. I don't know. Not everybody in high school knew I was doing poetry. Some people did, some people didn't. But I was thinking about getting back into it for a while now, and I have decided I'm like, this is kind of just like a putting it out there and also accountability. So I make sure it gets done in a timely manner. But I want to put out a coffee table style poetry book. It's not just going to be poems, it's also going to be art. Why would you flush at that moment? No? Oh, okay. So yeah, I'm going to be putting out, I plan to, or what I want to do is put out a coffee table style poetry book. It's going to be poetry and art that, corresponds. I'm really excited about it. I'm writing and compiling poetry right now. I haven't done any of the arts yet. And I'm going to be trying to be putting out poetry out other places. Like on the blog, I put out a poem a while ago, maybe a month or 2. And I'm going to try and, periodically put some poetry out on the blog, or try and publish it somewhere else, just so that you guys have a little bit more familiarity with my poetry side, since it's not something I've ever really publicly talked about or addressed, and I don't want it to seem like random, like, oh, where'd this poetry book come from? Oh, but now downstairs is still going. Annoying! And hopefully, when it's done, like, you all will get it and you'll really love it. The poems are written in abstract, but they are, some of them are specific to things that I want in my life. Some are specific to just how I feel about certain things. Some of them are abstract as to a relationship. Yeah, it's all written pretty abstract, I guess. But yeah, it'll have corresponding imagery or drawings, or it'll just be really nice in my mind. It's wonderful. But you can't see that, so yeah, I'm just really excited. I have some photography projects in the works that I'm really grateful for. I have some videos that I want to film for this channel. I also have some acting things that I want to film from other channels, so please make sure to subscribe to that. Unfortunately, I can't monetize anything because YouTube changed those rules. But it's okay. I still want to do it regardless. If I can eventually start monetizing stuff, I will. But I'm gonna do it even without that. So yeah. there are certain things I want to do, like, oh, another thing to put out into the air, just so you know, like if someone else does it. If you notice, I got my septum pierced finally. I've been thinking about piercing my nose in general for a long time. I don't like asymmetry, so like I couldn't just do like one side, so I'd have to get both. And I was like, oh, but you know, like when I blow my nose and all that. But I was like, maybe a septum. But I was like, oh, I don't know. And then I just stuck a little pincher right there, and I was like, oh, that looks good. And so I texted my sister, and I was like, hey, I got my septum pierced. Would you get a matching ring with me? And she's like, oh, it depends on the ring, because you know she's a little standoffish. Not really. Standoffish isn't the word. She's just like very, yeah. Daria is my sister. And don't mind, she doesn't mind that reference. She loves it. So yeah, I got it done, and I love it. But you know, it feels like not at the end of your nose. But yeah, I really just want to fiddle with it all the time. It's still healing. I had it for maybe 2 weeks now. Yeah, I think 2 weeks now. I love it. And yeah, so what I want to do, because also, I have 5 piercings. This is a standard piercing. The rest of them, except for this one, because this one I got last year, beginning of this year. All of these are a size 8 or 3 millimeters, I believe. This one I will be stretching to an 8, but it's not there yet. And then my nose is a 14. And what I've wanted to do, I've been thinking about this. I thought about this like a while ago, but now I really want to do it. I'm gonna like put on paper some of the ideas. I really want to do a jewelry collaboration with someone. I'm not completely sure who, especially because, you know, like all the people, they want you to have like a following and, you know, be known to do those things. But I really love Maya jewelry, but I also, you know, would have to talk to them about what their collaborations look like, because some brands, like, you know, they just do one piece. Some brands want multiple pieces. I want to do a multiple piece collection, like not just one thing. And I want to call it Holy, because when people ask me why I have so many piercings, I love telling them I enjoy being holy. Which I know is the corniest thing ever, but it just makes me laugh. I love it so much. So yes, I'm holy, and you shall be holy too whenever I get around to doing that. But yeah, that's something I really, really want to do. And if you see somebody come out with a collection called Holy, you know where they got it. And I will still try and do it regardless. And it'll be better than theirs. But yeah, this is something that's a big thing I want to do, because also I love fashion, and I'm trying to do more. Like I had a really good momentum going with lookbook for a while, and then I would drop off. But I also have stuff that I want to sew. If you saw my Arisha post that I did on my blog, I put those outfits together myself. There was supposed to be someone who wants to do fashion design involved, and she didn't end up working out. So I just, you know, put them together myself, and it's really nice. And I have some other things that I want to do as well. So yeah, just let me know, because also I would love to sell prints, but I'm worried that if I sold them like myself, like at my house, like packaging it, like I would get overwhelmed and caught up, and then having to stop that to look for somewhere to facilitate would just, you know, create that backlog and a hassle. And so I want to look into, you know, having a store, but like, because I don't just want to do prints. Like at some point I want to have other merchandise, especially like because like the poetry book that I want to write. I'm not gonna tell you the name. I love the name of it, but I want to have merch affiliated with that. And I'd like to, you know, just have all of my merch under like one place. But I know some places, you know, don't necessarily do prints. I don't know, like if you guys would mind getting stuff from different places. then, you know, let me know, because there are websites where, you know, they will do all the printing and shipping, and it'll be like, you know, per order, so I don't have to worry about setting a limit and things like that. You know, you'll order one and then, you know, they'll print it and then ship it, which I think is really handy. I'd have to look into that. But if you guys already like know some places you're interested, or you just like know somebody that you think I could, you know, like mentor under in a sense, then, you know, let me know, because there are some artists that I do follow, and I've spoken to them, like regular spoke, so I'll probably reach out to them at some point about, you know, like their stores, because some of them just print, and one of them has a shop on a site. It's on a site, but I know she makes the stuff. So yeah, because I don't want to work on merchandise stuff out of my house. I really don't want to do that. And I want it to be really, really good quality. I don't want it to be like the most expensive thing in the world, but like I want it to be good quality. And I actually do. I really want to do some collaborations. At this point in my life, I don't really want to own. Like, I don't want to own a fashion studio. Like, maybe having like a business partner and then like co-owning, like that may be a possibility for like just any endeavors that I want to do. But as far as fashion is concerned, because I do love it, I want to collaborate with like several people in different areas, and yeah, just like several different collaborations. I do want to do an activewear collaboration really, really bad, because I mean, if you don't know, I'm active. I've been active my entire life. Right now I mainly do aerials. I also I'm like a baby contortionist, like half a baby contortionist. I'm not fully formed yet. And yeah, and I have to exercise for my injuries or I will be in pain. So yeah, I'd like to do an athletic collaboration. Honestly, I like several different athletic places, but you know, I really do. I'm slightly biased towards Under Armour because I worked there for a little bit, and they also do the Wounded Warrior project. So it's like, oh, I could have a collaboration and just slip like one shirt in for Wounded Warrior, because yeah. So that would be really cool. But you know, we'll see. You know, speak it into the universe. But I mean, I wouldn't mind doing more than one athletic collection. I really love to work with Black Milk, even though like not like JL is back, so like that's great. But the only thing is, like printing wise, they are not lining their prints up on everything, which bothers me. But like I still love them, so I would love to do a collaboration with them at some point. And the Julia collaboration, and I want to do a fashion show, like a DMV style fashion show. So you know, like you gotta walk, you gotta twirl, you gotta dance, all of that, and have it be really big. Well, not really big. I mean, just cool. And I know there are two specific songs that I want to use for it. I'm just like, this happens. This needs to happen. And I really, 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 really want to do a vegan shoe collaboration with Christian Louboutin. Now, I know, like, yes, high-end, fancy. You can have them make custom shoes. Like I was on this, like you can have custom shoes made. So like I don't necessarily have to do a collaboration for you to get vegan shoes. I don't know if they've ever made vegan shoes. But yes, that is something that I really do want to do, because I really like Christian Louboutin shoes, and there's some of them. What I want to do, I'm not going to tell you everything I want to do, but I'll just tell you that I want to do a vegan shoe collaboration with him. But yeah, I also want to do, hopefully, I'm really hoping to be able to do a lot of my art mainly in the DMV. I like being in the DMV. There's a lot of talent in the DMV that, you know, has to migrate to like New York and LA. And I prefer New York over LA. living wise, if I have to go there, I will go. But I would like to be able to make a living doing it in the DMV, because I can do it in the DMV, but this is not a secondary. This is not the main market. It's secondary. So the opportunities are, you know, more corporate or period pieces, and period pieces do not want people with tattoos and piercings and things. So I do not qualify. Even though I can split this one up, but my ears. Sometimes like they make exceptions for people who like they actually know, but you know, you have to climb your way up, which is what I'm doing now. I'm really excited about it. So yeah, like if you just, you know, also want to be a part of that, let me know, and you know, we can talk and work on projects and, you know, make the DMV wonderful. So yeah, because honestly I think I want to stay here. I can't really see myself moving full time anywhere. I want to go to Washington to breathe. I know that sounds weird, but like fresh air, like that's why I don't like New York. But yeah, because New York is like it's not the cleanest, and then California is natural disaster prone. So I just kind of want to stay in the DMV. But there needs to be more stuff going on here for it to be sustainable in the way that I want it to be. But yeah, a lot of things to get in order, and I'm doing that. So I'm really excited about that. I'm really excited, you guys. Really excited, really happy. Like, it's kind of sad how happy I am, because my mom mentioned to me, she's like, sometimes you didn't seem happy. And I didn't even realize, because, you know, like the longer you're out of something, the more that you actually realize. And then one day I was thinking about her saying that I didn't seem happy, and just like thinking about the way that I was acting in that moment. And I was just like, oh my gosh, it's very drastic. And because my ex had mentioned once that when I would be out in public with him at certain places, he said certain people said that I just kind of looked very miserable and standoffish. And I was like, I mean, I guess maybe standoffish, because I mean, generally, like if I don't know anybody, I kind of, you know, like stand to myself a little bit until, you know, I want to like have conversation a little bit. But he was like, no, you look miserable, and like, and I'm like, oh, how did they think of it? Because I remember when I would speak to people, like, you know, it was fine, but hearing that when they saw me that I looked miserable, and now, you know, I'm happy, and just I kind of feel bad to potentially have people like noticing how happy I am now, because it's not like I was never happy, but yeah, I was unhappy, rightfully so, but just the difference is a little hurtful. Because yeah, because I really did love him, like really did love him. Yeah, honestly, you can tell. Obviously, you can tell sometimes I still cry about certain things, which is good. Crying is healthy for you. Let it out. So yeah, I just been going through it, but I'll be alright. You know, hindsight's a bitch. It's a real bitch, but I'll be alright. I was telling my friend, like, you know, I was like, the universe could have been nicer about everything, but I obviously wasn't listening, so it's fine. But yeah, like the universe is doing good for me. Yeah, I'm just happy. I mean, there's still some things like sometimes I need a minute, sometimes I need to cry. And I am gonna get into therapy. Don't worry. I was considering just like using BetterHelp, but I don't want to be in my house doing therapy. I prefer to be somewhere else, seeing somebody's body language while I'm pouring my heart out. So yeah, but you know, like that can be a little pricey. So I'm looking into that. And yeah, I mean, in the meantime, you know, I'm taking time for me. I'm trying not to, you know, blame things and be like down on myself. And I'm looking up because some counselors and therapists do make YouTube videos to, you know, try and help people cope until they can get into therapy. I haven't done one of those anonymous support groups yet, but I'm thinking that might help as well, maybe. So yeah, I'm doing what I need to do for me, and I hope you all are well. And yeah, I'm excited. And also, I really just wish all of the luck and love in the world to my ex's siblings. I really do miss them. But like I said, can't have them in my life, which means can't have them in my life. And so, you know, I just hope they do well in their lives, because those are my siblings. They'll always be my siblings in my mind, but yeah, so I just hope they do well. And yeah, I mean, I do still, like I said, in the future, just still want a family. That's something. But I want to take care of a few things for me first. So like, not in this year, probably not next year. I mean, meeting someone is, you know, that'll happen whenever, but I don't plan, I mean, I at least don't plan to have kids in the next couple of years. So yeah. I also want to be married before I have kids. But yeah, I'm okay. Ooh, this one is so moisturizing. I feel like it makes my skin oily. What is that? Nothing. Okay, I'm gonna go finish eating because I heated up some food and I took a few bites. I need to finish my fucking laundry. I always forget about laundry when I stop hearing it. But I needed to not hear it for this, even though I can hear the freaking fan in that bathroom. Like, that fan and this fan are so freaking loud, and you can hear them both always. And it's just like, but yeah. I just wanted to talk to you guys and tell you what's going on. Yeah. Thanks for listening. This is, it's a lot. I think a few times in here I go a little back and forth. I'm gonna try and edit that down. Yeah. So, thanks for watching. See you guys soon. Yeah. So, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in other videos.